We had to come this way, come walking through the hallway where it was dark, cold.
It's been 40 years since twins Michelle and Michael Brandon walked the grounds of their old elementary school. Even though their classrooms are gone, they'll never forget the segregation from non-Indigenous students.
I remember going to the back where it's called, we called it the huts.
They say students from Waywayseecappo First Nation were taught in portable classrooms behind the school. These rooms were built in 1968 and were supposed to be winterized.
I remember the coldness, could never be warm going there.
There was no elementary school on the First Nation, so the children were bused to the nearby town, Rossburn. In 1965, the federal government and the Pelly Trail School Division signed an agreement to build classrooms and educate the students. The agreement included a no segregation clause.
There's a lot of us that went there and a lot of people got abused.
Gilbert Longclaws remembers 4 huts. He was taught in all of them. Longclaws says he was only allowed into the main building to use the washroom.
I always thought that was for the smart people.
Longclaws and other former students consider Rossburn to be a day school. They want to be recognized by the federal government as day school attendees and receive compensation.
If I ever given any money, I'd be to all my grandchildren to help them with their future.
Day schools were run by the federal government and the church. Unlike residential schools, Indigenous children were allowed to go home at night. Children experienced abuse in day schools, and the government settled a class action lawsuit in 2019 to compensate them for harms caused. The federal government said it would be challenging to address these allegations by the Waywayseecappo students because it didn't run Rossburn Elementary.
I want to ask them, why aren't we included when we were abused in that school?
I just wish we were part of the Indian Day School settlement.
Many former students have been carrying their stories for decades and say they've only felt empowered to speak now because of the 94 calls of action by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Joanne Roberts, CBC News, Rossburn, Manitoba.